All right, my friends, welcome to episode 388 of Prof and Dev Play Games. My name is Larry, the professor. Over there is Anthony, the dev. And holy shit, this was a week. We got a
It
lot of
was a
stuff to
week
talk about.
of not E3.
Yeah,
Holy cow! Yeah.
but lots of, from my perspective, like I got a lot of the same stuff I'd get out of E3.
Yep.
So everyone strap in for a 5-hour podcast.
Oh God.
Just kidding.
I don't have it in me. I'm sorry.
No. I don't either. This is the first day in a week and a half I haven't felt like absolute shit. So
Oh, that's good.
I'm looking forward to getting a bit of sleep tonight and not. Yeah, it's been real rough the last week and a half. But anyway, where do you want to start? We got Summer Game Fest, which was a couple days ago.
Let's just start there. Let's start the one
order. Okay.
that kind of like started this whole thing off.
Yeah. And it kicked off honestly with the game that has stuck with me as my favorite of the entire week.
Really?
Which is Prince of Persia.
It looked really cool.
It looks awesome. It's being done by the Rayman Legends team.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, it looks pretty cool. And then it was like, oh, it's being done by the Rayman Legends team. It's like, okay, this is going to be fucking awesome. And it's just, I think it comes down to like everything that I saw this whole week. And like some people were hyped up some things, some people were hyped up other things. It comes down to like what kind of gamer you are. And I fucking love platformers.
Sure.
So this is
a Metroidvania. It should be pretty good.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is definitely in my wheelhouse as well. I was kind of surprised to see it though. I'll be honest. I was like really surprised to see a new Prince of Persia that isn't the remake they had talked about and then have quietly not talked about anymore.
They killed it. And like, we're just gonna make a new one. And by the way, we're gonna make a brand new one from scratch, and it's gonna come out before that remake.
Yeah, and it's gonna be.
It looks
2.5D. It's gonna be felt like much more of a throwback to the very original Prince of Persia. Geez, back on apples. Have you ever played the original ones?
I actually have not. No.
Oh yeah, you will die a lot. They're real hard.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it had a rotoscoped kind of sprites. It was really cool. I mean, it's very, very influential. That's why this brand still exists, I think, after all these years. But boy, does this look very Metroidvania inspired, I will say. So it was
the
neat.
art style I think looks gorgeous. He seems to have a ton of different kinds of attacks and ways to like work through enemies, and it's very quick and God, it looks fucking gorgeous. And it has a fucking date, January 18th. Like, I didn't see a lot of dates coming out this week, so this was nice to see a real firm date. So that's where it started off at, and I was excited. And then it moved into something else.
Mortal Kombat, which, for me, I'm like, whatever. I don't... Of all the fighting games, Mortal Kombat's probably lower on my list of caring. Not that I love fighting games. It does look good. I don't know what feature the feature where you have like other fighters in the wings.
The
cameo fighters reminded me a ton of like Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yes, absolutely.
Like I was like, oh, they're doing it. Like, because you're not switching in those characters to play as them.
Nope.
You are
going to do an assist.
They they weave them into your combos, which is cool. Yep. If I go with fighting games, I actually care about it's like Guilty Gear, then probably Street Fighter, and then Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Those are like my top 3 of like ones that I would actually care about.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, unfortunately, over the years has fallen off of that.
I have a problem with the gameplay where it's just dial a combo. Like you really have to punch in like 10 things to get the thing to happen or whatever.
Yeah.
Versus especially now after playing Street Fighter 6 with the modern controls.
Sure.
Like Street Fighter 6 is fucking amazing. And I've never been good at fighting games online, and all of a sudden I'm beating people. It's weird. I do like that they're rebooting this and like Scorpion and Sub-Zero Brothers. Like the story seems cool. It's probably something I'd watch, not play. So in the Discord, I wrote, because I knew you weren't watching. I was like, I think Anthony is going to be really excited about this thing.
I know what's coming. Like they've been talking. This is like 4 or 5 years since they initially announced this.
Oh Jesus, that's a long.
It's been a long time. This is even the first gameplay we've seen of it. We saw a little bit early, maybe at the beginning of the pandemic. But even this, I'm excited, but not a huge amount because I'm like, this is a teaser. Because at the end, This is the only conference where they had another gameplay teaser at the PC Game Show day.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah, a different segment, about the same length, but just a different character doing different things. But I'm like, cool, it's only a preview because you're doing ExileCon in a month.
Yeah,
and that's where this, which is, of course, where I expected they're going to do a big drop of info on Path of Exile 2. It does not, if the way it is talked about before, it doesn't actually replace Path of Exile.
What? Okay.
It's like a whole new campaign. Like, they're fundamentally changing the gameplay of Path of Exile, calling it Path of Exile 2, keeping the old campaign, having this new campaign. You can choose which one you want to go through when you make a character.
Interesting. And you have to, well, it's still free to play, I assume.
All free to play.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's, interesting.
It's not a, at least back in the day, they were not trying to split their audience between Path of Exile and Path of Exile 2. Like, it was just going to be the next thing, kind of what Overwatch 2 was trying to do originally.
Yes.
But they've been more managing this of being like, no, this doesn't eliminate Path of Exile. It's all just Path of Exile. We're just changing it to a 2. There's a new campaign. Doesn't disallow you from playing the old campaign if you really want to. This will just, they're like, the new campaign will be better, because we've learned a lot. But they're not, as far as I'm aware, trying to run 2 games in opposition of each other. They are. Right. It is Path of Exile. Maybe gets a 2 now. The skill system's being changed. Big graphical overhaul. It first came on, I was like, is this Diablo 4? Because it looked a lot like Diablo 4.
Well, and even mentioned it, like, if you like Diablo 4, you might like this, or whatever.
Yeah.
Just lean into it, man.
Which, under probably a half dozen people of peer pressure, I own Diablo 4 now.
Oh, shit, okay.
Because between work and other friends, they're just like, why aren't you playing? I want to play with you. I'm like, okay, fine. I could only hold out so long.
That didn't last long. Oh, man, you're never going to finish Tears of the Kingdom.
My kids are before me, because they have absconded with the Switch and are like, arse. Yes. And I'm like, go for it.
More power to them.
My son's just finished The Last Temple.
Nice.
He is he's not one to explore. He's just beelining it through the story. Like, that's what he wants to be doing. I haven't really seen or watched a bunch of it. Just he's told me a little bit. I'm like, no, you don't need to tell me. I will play Tears of the Kingdom more at some point. But right now, I feel like it is his and my daughter's.
Yeah, as I've been
joy right now. They're having a, so I'm like, you know what? You guys just have this. It's fine. Like, it's fun to watch them learn and play.
For sure. As I've been playing through it and keep touching base with you, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna beat this game for Anthony.
It's possible.
And I'm going slow. I just got to the 4th place. I'm in Gerudo right now, and it's fucking amazing down there.
Yeah.
What a game. We'll talk more about that later.
That's the one he just did.
Yeah.
He finished that temple tonight.
Nice.
So he was pretty excited.
Yeah. I heard some people say that's their favorite one. But I think the Gerudo area is my favorite area, and I've loved all the areas. It's so interesting. Exoprimal is getting some Street Fighter skins, or not even.
Of course it is.
Characters.
Yeah. I know. That goddamn dinosaur game.
Yep. I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was like a single player mode for Street Fighter 6. I was like, they're gonna fight dinosaurs? And then I was like, oh, it's Exoprimal. Okay, we're good.
What was the fighting game with dinosaurs?
Oh god!
Why isn't anybody
Primal
rebooted?
Rage?
Yeah, isn't there a new Primal Rage? Didn't they make one?
I don't know.
God, why isn't this with Primal Rage game? Did someone do a new one? No, maybe. No, there was a canceled sequel. No, man. Now there's a fighting game. Dinosaurs beating the crap out of each other.
Yep.
Like
totally.
why is that being booted? That's a good one.
Yeah,
not great. It's not actually good, but why not?
I don't know. Exoprimal. Maybe I'll take a look. It's on Game Pass, so I can take a look for free.
Sure.
See how it is. A couple other announcements afterwards didn't do much for me. Witchfire.
Nope.
Crossfire.
Witchfire. Crossfire. That was a nice.
Remnant 2.
Yeah. I'm like, Keeley, Witchfire, Crossfire. That had to be planned, right?
Yeah, I would hope so. Anything to say about those 3? Remnant 2?
No, Remnant 2. I didn't play Remnant.
Yeah. Sonic 2D
that actually
Superstar.
Looks cool.
It looks really good. I was confused about them going back and forth between 8-bit and whatever the new style is. I don't know if they're saying you can switch between two, or they're like, we're ditching the old and doing something new. But
I don't know.
the news came out later that the co-director of Balan Wonderworld is working on this.
Yeah. Okay.
Honkai Star Rail's coming to PS5.
PS5. Yep. Just more
controller.
confirmation. That was a thing that had been known, but it's nice to know that it's been dated for this year, like this, by end of this year. So that's cool. We'll probably get some crossover there, where Genshin got Aloy. I wonder what Star Rail's gonna get.
Commander Shepard.
Not Sony IP. Has to be a Sony.
Is it only
IP.
on PlayStation? Oh, it is only on PlayStation.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a PlayStation specific if they do a character.
Right. God, who would that be?
Kratos.
I'm blanking on any
Kratos.
Kratos in fucking space. Sure, why not?
No, not even in space. Anime Kratos in space.
Oh man, that's even better.
That'd be hilarious. Let's go. Let's come on. We got Lies of P, which is a Souls-like thing that had a demo that dropped, and people seem to have liked the demo.
Yes, they did. Some people, those kind of Souls games live and die by the fucking moment of gameplay, and people were liking it.
I've heard it's very Bloodborne-esque.
Yeah,
a lot more parrying than like blocking or anything. Like you dodge and you parry, and you perfect parry. Enjoy.
The mood that's just like seems like they nailed it just from the trailer. I haven't played the demo, but I think the theme looks really good.
Yeah, so your dark gothic horror Pinocchio. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yep, these IP are up for grabs now.
Yeah,
fucking Winnie the Pooh and fucking one of the games that we saw. Oh, that was a kind of funny games. The Blessing Show. I don't know if you saw that, but they were talking about what makes a perfect reveal. And then talking with Jeff Keighley or whatever, and at the end they did a reveal of a game by a studio. I can't remember who. It's an indie studio, but this new one is like a fucking Winnie the Pooh, fucking weird ass, trippy ass fucking game. Like Winnie the Pooh Tetris kind of thing.
Okay.
It's very weird. So Lies of P, people seem to be liking that right now.
It had a release date. We've seen it before. It just got a release date, which
now
is this year. September.
A
lot of stuff got announced for September.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
September
say.
19th. Everyone's be playing Starfield, my friends.
Yeah,
but good luck. We'll talk about Starfield in a little bit.
Yeah, Sandland. Which as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I know who this artist is."
Yeah, like, this is the Dragon Ball guy.
Yeah, I'm like, "Yep." Supposedly, it's something he did. It's like one single graphic novel that he did. I have not heard of it. I'm sure this announcement to make a lot of people in the West probably search it out and see what the hell this actually is.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like demons and humans in a desert thing. I don't care about the next one. Amazon is doing another
Throne of Liberty
MMO. Sure.
Yeah.
Warhaven. What was Warhaven?
It was the fucking. Oh god, it looked really cool, but I'm trying to figure out what the fuck it was now. It looked like that Ubisoft game.
For Honor?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. It says it's chivalry in this description I'm hearing of other things it's like. But, okay, so it's like a big...
medieval warfare
brawler thing. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. There were like a lot of characters on screen. Battling in castles and ramparts and shit. Yep. It's like a mix of chivalry and For Honor. It seems like a little more super moves than chivalry.
It's going to be in Next Fest. Steam Next Fest, which that got announced, so June 19th. Right. So, what's that? A week from when people are listening to this, a week from the day you're listening to this, Monday, the 12th. Exactly. So, we'll get a Steam Next Fest. There's probably going to be a lot of demos from a lot of stuff that's been shown here. Then we got to Alan Wake 2 trailer. I am kind of getting excited for this game, to be honest.
Did you play the first one?
Nope. Too freaking scary, and this one's probably too scary for me as well, but...
They said that the first one was Sam Lake, I think on stage or maybe later said fucking Alan Wake was quasi horror. This is horror.
Yeah.
Like, great.
I'll probably watch someone play it because I'm really curious how they're tying world together because they've Control's expansion DLC was Control AW Alan Wake expansion experience. So that's being tied into the world. I had to look it up because I'm like, that dude looks like Max Payne, but is not called Max Payne. Alex Casey in the game, which is in the Alan Wake. The author in the game is famous for a bunch of noir crime novels, which is Max Payne. Just instead of the character being called Max Payne, it's Alex Casey. But Alex Casey is Max Payne for all intents and purposes. Yeah. And so I'm like, oh god, what's this game gonna do? It's probably gonna just like twist your mind around what's going on.
Well, when I was intrigued too, so I went back and I just read the whole plot synopsis for Alan Wake, and I was like, holy fuck, that is wild.
Yeah.
And
this is probably going to be very wild too, and I'm excited to at least experience this probably by someone else playing it, a streamer playing it, and watching
someone stream it.
Yeah, and see this, because I've really been a fan of Remedy for a long time, and they felt like they kind of fell off there for a bit and really came back with Control, real hard.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Remedy did the Xbox movie/game thing.
They did.
That I played the whole thing through. And
Quantum Break.
Yeah. I thought that was. I finished it. I thought it was interesting. But it was like a low point, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Max Payne 3 was. Did they do Max Payne 3? Okay. Was that someone else?
No, I thought that was someone else. But
they may have lost the license at that point. Yeah, Rockstar actually did Max Payne 3.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Because Remedy did 1 and 2. I wonder how they and Rockstar published it. It's so weird. I wonder if just Rockstar owns Max Payne now.
Yeah, I thought they did.
Interesting. But either way, they came back pretty hard with Control. I think that was kind of a pretty shocking game to a lot of people. Like, wow, these people know what they're doing. It's like, they can. And so that just makes me interested in this one. And then I'm now interested in Warhammer 40k Space Marine, which showed next. It's co-op. 3-person co-op. I'm here for this.
Is it 3 against each? Okay, so it's not 3v1.
No, it's a campaign. Okay. It's co-op. It's the campaign. You can just play it with 3 people through the campaign.
Interesting. I guess I'm getting mixed up with something else.
Just hordes of bugs coming at you, Tyranids in the universe. I'm sure there'll be chaos in there somewhere, because there's always chaos. But
so 3 of you against bugs.
Yeah, it really surprised me that they're actually going to be doing a co-op campaign for it. It's pretty... Honestly, doing any kind of co-op campaign stuff is pretty ambitious. So, and it looks real pretty. So,
it looks gorgeous, man. It really does. We're in that world now where everything looks pretty damn good. Even like Lords of the Fallen looked amazing.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
See how it plays, I guess, but
yeah. But it's been looking pretty good considering for its trailer. What was Yes Your Grace? Like
there's like a kingdom management. God, I thought you got it for me a couple of years ago. Maybe someone else did. But it's like this pixelated. You're like trying to build up a kingdom, getting resources.
Well, I thought that was. I've played a game like that.
Oh, I'm thinking of Kingdom.
Two Crowns, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, and it definitely looks like that. Has an aspect to it.
That's definitely what I was thinking of.
But I don't know what this game is. I don't actually know. So it looked interesting. Very indie thing. You got John Carpenter's Talk to Mando.
Gosh.
Of course it's John Carpenter. I don't know. It feels just like, here, I'm going to put my name on this thing.
It says it's the team behind Space Marine 2, which we just talked about.
It's the same team. They're working on this as well, but it's like this is another co-op zombie thing, but you care about your car, zombies. Basically.
Yep.
Got some Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, new voice actor. I don't know Jason Isaacs, but
he is in. It's been a couple things. He's in the Harry Potter movies.
Okay.
Lucius Malfoy, so Draco's dad.
Oh, Draco's dad. Got it.
And he's like the main character in one of the new Star Trek TV series as well.
Oh, okay.
He's the captain in one of them. I remember exactly, but yeah, he's a pretty big name. to be doing voices. Baldur's Gate 3 was also in the PC game show, showing the fact that the cities, they really went into the city of Baldur's Gate and the other ones you'll be going to, and how they wanted it to be seamless. So the world is seamless,
meaning
no load screens anywhere.
Oh,
and if you're I'm in one part of the city and you pan your camera and you're looking down, you're up in towers and you're looking down at the harbor and your friends are down at the harbor, you could see your friends doing stuff potentially.
Oh, that's cool.
It sounds crazy.
Okay.
It's a small thing, but it probably changes things pretty drastically. And how they manage this, or maybe there is load screens between big zones, but now they're just huge. Enough to have an entire city in it, so your city is not broken up into individual places. Load screens.
Baldur's Gate 3 is a game that makes me sad because I desperately want to play a game like that, and I know I won't.
Yeah.
It's I just wish I could.
And as of right now, its release date is the day before early start of Starfield.
Yeah, because Starfield is 5 days early if you buy
September,
it. But it's on Game Pass. I'm confused.
If it's on Game Pass, you'll get to play it when it comes out. It's an actual release date. If you pay money for it, you get to play it early.
Got it.
Welcome to how they're going to get people to buy their games.
Honestly, that makes sense. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Next one was Spider-Man 2 gets a release date October 20th. This year is top it. No year tops this year in fucking games.
It's a long time. Yeah, this is insane.
Jesus Christ. And then next is the next developers get sued by Nintendo. Pow World. Pokemon with guns, basically. And when they announced it like that, and they were talking about it, I was like, okay, cool. And they showed them those look exactly like Pokemon.
Yeah,
their designs are excuse me, very very similar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they have
fucking great.
But they have guns.
But they have guns, and by the way, it also looks good. Pokemon doesn't.
Yes, that's true.
But those things it looks like Gyarados, the fucking video I'm looking at right now. That looks like a fucking weird ass Eevee. I don't know. It's fucking crazy, dude. And the Pokeballs, it's just like a blue thing that splits in half. It looks like a Pokeball. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, they might have to
better
go
than I
against,
do if
they might have to go. I mean, that's the thing with it is they might get challenged. Although this game's been shown before and they haven't yet. So it's definitely one of those things of being is this art too similar?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think they're on the losing side of that if they, from a money standpoint, if Nintendo is we're going to sue you now and we're going to stop your game from coming out, fight us, enjoy dropping money into this, even though you probably can win.
Yep.
But we're going to drag it out.
Totally.
Next is Black Desert Online. Don't care. Yep. Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, which is, as far as I can tell, Lord of the Rings Deep Rock Galactic.
Yes, that's exactly what it looks like to me, too.
It really is. I don't think they're even going around. They're yep, dwarves mining, getting things. More power to them. The theme fits, I guess. That's the thing with it.
It does. It looks a little rough, but, whatever. I guess the estate just started giving out the fucking license.
Oh, they did.
Jesus. Banishers, I don't know anything about
not
that.
A clue.
Like a Dragon Gaiden.
And then Gaiden. So some people were really excited for this one. I don't know. I haven't played any of the Like a Dragon Yakuza games, so I'm I don't know. Should I care?
Well, it's basic. So, for me, as far as I understand it, Like a Dragon 8. No, sorry. Right.
Like a Dragon 7 was the one that was the turn-based one that
exactly
last couple years ago.
So this thing has a typo here. It's not 8, it's 7. So
no, this isn't 6 is
about Kiryu. 7 is about the naked guy that we're going to talk about later.
Yes.
And then the new game 8 is about both of them. So this is connecting them together in some way, I guess.
Yes. And it's real time. It's back to this one's the real time one. I feel they're splitting off the games. So mainline is going potentially the turn-based route. That's 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then this one is continuing, series is continuing on the real time fighting aspect. But we'll know. This is coming out this year.
Yep. November 8th.
Yep.
And We'll talk about Like a Dragon Austin Powers later in the Xbox.
Yeah.
Under the Waves. I actually don't remember that.
That's not because I don't either. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. Moving on. COD Season 4. Moving
don't
on.
care. Fae Farm could be fun.
Yeah, it looks good.
I mean, it's Stardew Valley with a little bit. Yeah.
Dreamlight Valley kind of thing.
Yeah. With a little bit more group play, like combat adventuring going on.
Yeah, sure.
So it could be a lot. It could be entertaining.
And then we had what I thought was the worst bit of the whole show.
Oh, Snap?
Marvel Snap was terrible. I don't know what they were trying to do.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Yeah, not exactly sure. They're like, okay, they just want to have an interview with Brode. Okay.
It sure was something. And they
I
don't know. The video was kind of funny with, Pros D or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, ProZD. He does fun videos.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. But Brody was like, I don't know, man, take it down a notch.
Yeah. He doesn't take it down a notch ever.
Yeah,
that's him all the time, always.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It kind of is.
King Arthur Legends. Wayfinder.
Don't care. Wayfinder could be interesting.
What is this?
That's the people that did Battle Chasers.
The devs behind Battle Chasers.
Yep, and Rune King.
Oh yeah, okay, never mind. Putting that on the list.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, graphic looks really cool, but it's kind of like it's listed here. It's a little bit more MMO-y. Yeah, it's an ARPG with MMO elements to it. And it's gonna have early access later this summer. So it looks cool. It's the art style. I'm like, okay. You guys did Battle Chasers. People seem to really like Rune King as well.
Yeah, it's like 2 good games in a row because Battle Chasers, even though I didn't finish it, was really fucking good.
Yeah. I'll give it a shot and see how people like it. Probably won't pick it up in early access, but definitely hoping all the well for that. Stellaris Nexus.
4X.
In an hour. I kind of made one of those. So
I was going to say, I thought for a second, I thought, is this Anthony's game?
So this is similar to what the game I shipped, Space Tyrant. So 4X within an hour. That's the goal. They have the Stellaris name behind it, so that should probably sell them a bunch of copies.
That should help me, yeah, exactly.
It will have a demo during the next fest in a week, so I will check it out. And then Paradox had some builder space scavenging game. I don't remember that one at all.
Nope. Star Trek, I don't remember that one either.
Oh, yeah, this is a Grand Strat. It's kind of like a Star Trek 4X game.
Oh, okay.
Which I like Star Trek, so that could be cool. I don't know who's making it. No, it's still Paradox.
It's Paradox, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. It's probably Stellaris meets Star Trek. And I'm sure that is, like, perfect for that audience.
Oh, yeah, they're like, probably, yeah, exactly. Froth them to mouth for it. Lifanga, the Time Shift Warrior. Again, I must have tuned out for this part of the fucking show. I don't remember that either.
I mean, there was a few here. There's this one. I don't remember that. Mortals of Avium is like the Magic FPS one.
Yeah, it's basically Call of Duty with magic.
Yeah,
That's why they keep selling it.
It feels okay to me watching it. I have a hard time reading. It feels like there's so many particles going on and crap going on. I can't pay attention to what's going on. It's just particles, the game.
Yep.
Oh, then we got Fortnite, which is adding dinosaurs.
Yeah. See?
And Transformers. That's right. Because they showed Optimus Prime in it.
I'm all for dinosaurs and Transformers.
Wasn't
there also Transformers that were dinosaurs at some point?
Yes.
Back in the day?
Yes. There's a movie that... no, there's the Dinobots. Yeah.
Dinobots, there we go.
Yep. And the Dinobots should be here, I assume, because why wouldn't they be? Like, come on. And then we get to the best thing at the end there. I will say, actually, Rebirth, earlier in the thing, this thing actually skipped it. There was a Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, this mobile game. Weird-ass mobile game thing that I don't even know what the hell it is. But then that show, people were like, okay, and then Keeley did a joke of being like, and another Final Fantasy thing, not that. People were saying, and it was like a DoorDash promotion. And it was hilarious.
It was so good. He played it so well. He's like, nope, sorry, nope.
Nope, that's not what you're thinking. But
Oh,
And
I
then he
love
got
that.
to the end, and they showed Rebirth.
On 2 discs.
Of course, that means that's like going to be 100 GB install or
Yeah.
more.
I mean, Starfield's 125.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like, if you have an Xbox Series S, sorry. Unless you get the new one, which we'll talk about later, I guess.
Yeah. Don't get
this
it.
looked
Don't get an
amazing.
S, everybody. Just don't.
Are they fucking with the Tifa thing? Like, this whole thing.
I think that I mean, having played the first one, they're fucking with a lot of things.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the trailer is meant to throw people off since they've now set up that things are different, at least sometimes. Not all the time, but there is differences. And
Right.
there is actual, like, multiple timelines going on. Which you can see at the beginning of this, when they show all the characters dead being loaded into ambulances and crap. Because that didn't happen, but there is, like, a separate timeline. It's weird. So what they're doing with this is so freaking weird. So there is a possibility that, yeah, I'm like, they could theoretically have killed Tifa, and she's been replaced with Jova, but in original 7, Sephiroth does slice her like that. He doesn't kill her, though. So there's a good chance that they're just using the trailer to cause doubt, and they're just resplicing how lines are being said. But we'll find out, and I'm sure it's going to be insane. Looks real pretty, though.
Aerith died, right, in 7 originally?
Aerith dies.
Yeah.
And that will be the huge change. And it's most likely, based on what this game's going through, she will die in this game.
Yeah.
Theoretically. If they're going to change something, I could see that changing. I could see expectations being subverted there. But we'll see what they do. Yes, spoilers from a game that is 27 years old at this point. Aerith dies. There's no way to avoid that. She always dies. But we'll see what this game does. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Let's do this. This trailer just showed. I mean, it showed some combat. Shows the characters are still there. I'm like, I get it. I'm here for it. Let's go. But it will be sometime in early 2024. Now, and I went back and looked. Originally, when they teased the game, like just a little clip of Cloud and Sephiroth walking together in like a scene, they said this year.
Really? I thought they said winter
2023.
Yeah, but
so
winter,
okay. Yeah, no, winter 2023 is still this year.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It would have been December, probably, but I think they are holding off. Because that was where they teased. This was in development, was close to being done, and that they were doing the third and final game in this reboot. And they said that the name, they've already picked the name for it. So this is Final Fantasy Rebirth. I bet the next one's Final Fantasy Reunion.
Right.
Because that's an important word in this. It's spoken in this trailer even. But I have a feeling it's going to be Remake, Rebirth, Reunion will be the 3. But geez.
Well, it looks fucking great.
It really looks gorgeous, and don't have to do it on PS4 anymore. So it's just PS5 and PC eventually. It's going to be a big install on a PC as well. Holy crap.
It's so interesting to me how they're basically cross-marketing, or not cross-marketing, but at the same time marketing 16 and 7.
Yeah. Even at the showcase today, when they were doing opening statements to the Final Fantasy 16 launch thing, they talked about Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth coming out later this year. And just the fact that you're getting, not this year, like when the year, that you're getting 2 huge Final Fantasy games.
Oh man, massive fucking games, you know?
And so there's stuff there for everybody. And it's definitely not a like competing thing. It's like, no, we're firing on all cylinders here at this point.
They're like, we know you're gonna play both.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, someone in the audience yelled out "thank you" when they said it.
Nice. Very nice.
Which I'm like, pretty much.
You're beautiful, or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah. So I thought the Summer Game Fest was fine. There was things here I enjoyed. Some like were really high, and then there was a lot that I was like, I don't care. I thought some of the interview stuff drug a little bit.
I thought the Nicolas Cage interview was
right,
pretty good. I was like, this is gonna be a fucking train wreck, and it was actually pretty good. And Brody was Trainwreck. I was like, okay, well.
Yeah. No, I forgot the Nick Cage thing. That was funny.
Yeah,
like,
Dead by Daylight wasn't even on here, right?
Yeah, he just had because it's not even a new announcement. It was just
right.
hey, we're adding actually Nick Cage into the game, not playing a different character. It's just Cage.
Keeley likes to have a celebrity on stage, so
he does. And yeah, I feel like Nick Cage just is very self-aware in his, and
I would hope so. God damn.
how much he's memed and everything. It's just like, this is fine. Let me play with this.
He was either really well briefed, or he does have a family member who plays this game.
That's possible. But yeah, it was fine.
I came off it pretty high, but then after going through this rundown, I'm like, oh, I didn't watch the last 20 minutes or so, but I thought it started off with a fucking bang, and it's just it started off really well, in my view. But that's because after everything, I'm still the most excited about Prince of Persia, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because most people are excited about Starfield, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Future game show. I know that you maybe watched or perused it. I'll let
some
you
of it
hit highlights.
Yeah.
There's only one highlight for me.
I was trying to think of ones if there's anything like Lords of the Fallen looks really cool.
It does. It looks really good.
Still, I mean, yes, but I'm also like, the first one wasn't amazing.
No,
so there's just a part of me that's like, oh, this looks really good. Do I trust you? Again, like,
I think this one or Lies of P are going to hit because this is a year without a Souls. Like, we got Armored Core instead, so one of these is going to fill the niche.
Oh, sure,
and do it well. So I don't know which one it's going to be though.
I was trying to see if any of these really like super stood out. Actually, no, not a ton. Like, I was watching them, and this is the thing. This one was really long. It just had lots of small trailers, and so they kind of blurred together in the end. Of just like, I would say this really sets up the fact there's a lot of really good indie games coming out.
Yeah,
almost constantly.
There's so fucking many. It's unbelievable.
Of every type of game that you like, any genre, any type, someone is making a game for you of probably decent quality, if not good.
Yep. Two things that stood out for me from this is I wish Stray Gods looked better. I like the premise, but I don't know that I like how it looks. It's like, an image, and then it switches to another image 5 seconds later, and then another image, whatever. And then SteamWorld Build looked freaking...
Oh, yes, SteamWorld Build does.
Jeez, that looks
so good. I mean, the SteamWorld games have been pretty good already.
Yep. I've played almost all of them. So
that's a good one. Which one was... Oh, yeah, Stray Gods is the musical one, right?
Yes,
the way that they... Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Because it's very visual novel-esque.
Yes, exactly. Right.
Presentation. Although they did talk about the music is going to change based on your choices.
That's right.
I'm very curious how that's going to work.
I just haven't heard... I don't know if I've heard any music from it.
There's briefly in here they they had a trailer that had some of the music.
But David Gator is working on it.
He is. He's one of the main writers.
So that kind of gets me interested.
Laura Bailey's voice act, like, it's all the big voice actors are in it.
Just like, I don't know, like, I've been hovering on Fantasy Critic. Like, do I go for it? Do I not? It could really not be good.
I don't think it's going to be awful.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like it's going... The type of game it is, I don't think it's going to be one of the ones that circles around 70, probably.
Yeah.
Just because of the type, like, people are probably going to really enjoy it, but I don't think it's going to, like, review exceptionally well.
That's kind of how I feel, too.
Visual novels tend not to, because they're not, I would say, spicy enough, like, attractive. Like, they don't throw a lot at reviewers that make them, like, super attractive. It's just like, no, they can have good stories. And yeah, games writing, there's probably a lot of good things about it.
Well, in terms of Fantasy Critic, did you lock me in on Elden Ring?
Yes, I did.
Good. I went to try to drop it, and it's like, you can't drop it because you can't drop anything that you didn't draft. And I was like, it's not coming out this year. I'm fucked.
It's not coming out this year.
I just went and saw the lock. I was like, you motherfucker. What a good job, buddy.
It didn't honestly, it didn't show at Summer Game Fest. I was like, yep, we're locking that one in.
Yeah, I went there to drop it, and it's like, you can't. I was like, oh,
I'm like, it wasn't here, so it's not. They're not doing anything with it. But I'll also say that I'm surprised Armored Core 6 wasn't anywhere to be seen.
Oh yeah, that's
on
true.
any of these.
Yep.
Like I'm like, I especially expected a new trailer at Summer Game Fest. Good
point.
Because it was announced at Game Awards, correct?
God, was it Game Awards?
Yeah, it was six. Yeah, it was 6. Yeah. They announced it at Game Awards, and people were like, "Seriously?" So yeah, I expected that there would have been a big trailer, but no. So I'm trying to think of other. Oh, Pacific Drive was here. Pacific Drive was.
That's when we're like, you are the car, basically.
Right? Post-apocalyptic. You have your car, your station wagon, driving around the Pacific Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it. Let's do it.
They put a game in the Pacific Northwest. You're there for it. Then I thought, wait a second, you haven't played Last of Us 2, but you probably watched the whole game.
I've watched all The Last of Us.
Yeah,
Part 2. I know the places in Seattle that it takes place in. Yeah. They did a pretty good job on that one of like getting the buildings correct. Geography is a little messed up, but not huge. I
gotta make sacrifices for Game World.
Yeah.
You want to move to Xbox?
And let's do Xbox.
All right, let's do. Beforehand, Aaron Greenberg was like, we're not going to have any first party that's only CG. It's going to be in-engine or in-engine with gameplay or gameplay plus CG or whatever. And then they started off with Fable, which felt like CG.
I mean, it's in-engine.
Yeah, okay. What's the difference at this point?
Yeah, but it's not like gameplay in-engine. It's just like we made a cinematic in our engine. Cool.
Isn't in-engine a computer graphic? Isn't that CG? I'm just so confused.
No, because this could theoretically be running in real time in the engine. Like I could go into Unreal and make a cinematic in Unreal.
Yeah.
And then it runs real time. Like theoretically, this should be equivalent to what the game can look like.
Oh, okay.
CG typically, when you're talking about like CG movies and stuff, they render the frames on massive servers, like one frame every few seconds, and then those get put together as like very nice and pretty because they can do the full ray trace lighting, like not limited ray tracing. Be like, no, we want like actual full lighting. Like take giant servers, take the time necessary to generate those light bounces to make this look real. But this should be in engine, so this should be whatever engine they're using. Honestly, it looked like Unreal to me, but I could be wrong. Who knows? But it wouldn't surprise me if it's Unreal 5. But yeah, they launched with Fable. And it has the IT crowd dude in it.
Yeah, I heard that on a podcast. I don't know what that is.
The IT crowd?
No.
British, there was a short American version of it. British sitcom.
Oh, okay.
Did they make it? Man, it was like sometime around the British Office.
Oh, okay.
And it's Richard Ayoade.
Yeah.
Is the actor. He's been in a number of other things since.
I thought it was good. It was well voice acted. It was funny.
Yeah.
Hit all the right notes, and it was
It seems like a complete reboot of what Fable is.
Oh yeah, totally.
As a game series.
Yep.
Because I saw it, I was like, watching, I was like, this is not kind of what Fable was about. For the first 3 games, so
but
it wasn't actually about Fables.
That's funny because because I haven't really played Fable, and I watched this and I was like, was it always about Fables? Have I missed that?
No.
Oh, shit, we're doing Jack and the Beanstalk. All right.
You're kind of like, the whole thing was you're writing your own fable about you, the main character, kind of stuff. Okay. No, so this is a very different take on that. No release date, though. So I have no clue. We see it again. They've talked about it, and now we see it again. I was much more excited about the next one, South of Midnight.
It fucking looked great.
Yeah. Looks real neat. Yeah, I just love the art style. They didn't like show a huge amount. They just kind of set up tone and everything. And if that's what the game looks like, though, oh, very cool.
Do you know where Compulsion Games is from?
Nope.
Because they're doing it like the Deep South, and I'm wondering how many like Deep South, like African American developers they have on their team.
They're in Canada.
Okay, that's okay.
They did Contrast and We Happy Few.
Right. Yeah, I know that. I was just wondering. Okay, we'll see how that goes. I can see stories being written later if they delve in and tell someone else's story from a different culture, and it doesn't go well. I can see stories
Sure.
about that.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they're a Canadian studio, French Canadian. So telling stories of the French value. So I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will. No date on it or anything, so we'll see.
Yeah, like the first two, I was really surprised that the first two popped with no dates. It was like, oh, we're way far out of these two. So
And then we got a Ubisoft Star Wars game.
how do you feel about that one?
I'm super excited, and then I remember it's Ubisoft.
Yeah, it is. The one's massive. I know it's still Ubisoft, but
Oh, I know.
the Vision guys.
I know.
Yeah.
Doesn't ease my worry, but from a setting standpoint, I'm like, hell yeah, let's do this. Let's do the scum and villainy scoundrels. I'm absolutely thrilled that no one pulled out a lightsaber.
Yeah. Right. Wasn't.
Like,
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm ready for a Star Wars game that isn't about freaking Jedi.
Yeah.
So
wasn't Hennig's game kind of the same idea?
Like
Underbelly.
Maybe?
Yeah.
It was Underbelly stuff. Like, this is something that's been tried for a long time. Like, because even before, like, LucasArts was shut down, they were trying to do, like, an Underbelly of Coruscant kind of game. So, I think this has been tried for a while, but this one clearly is coming. It could be cool. May not. Like, again...
we're going to see gameplay tomorrow.
That's true. I need to see what gameplay is. There's a neat trailer, though. And again, in engine. Like, all right, this is what cinematics look like in your engine and, like, what you can do. It looks good. But what is the actual game here in the end? How open world is it? Is it how many worlds? I don't know.
Well, how, like, just these first 3 games, I was like, this is starting off really hot. Like, really strong. And then they hit the next game, and I was like, oh, we're coming down a little bit. And then they announced one little detail about the game. And I was like, whoop, nope, we're going right back up. This is amazing. Spiritfarer Dev. It's a fucking co-op roguelike.
33
fucking players. I was listening to the kind of funny reactions when I was watching this the first time, and it was like, oh, there's 4, 6? Oh, cool, it'd be 6 players. And then they go to 33, and they just lose their minds. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, sucks to be the 34th player, though.
you can't play with us. Sorry.
Sorry,
Bob.
Why 34 mortals?
Exactly. Like, there must be some reason why it's 33. It's very, very interesting. Look good, though.
It's a technical, I'm sure. I don't think it is. That'd be funny if it was just a technical
it would be,
They're like, guess 33 is a stop. That's what we can handle. That's what the game is.
Oh my god.
Don't really care about Payday 3, but
a
lot of people play Payday still. Payday's 2. So, don't care. Care about the next one though.
Oh my god. You saw the leaks before this came, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The one thing that actually bugs me about this though, and this came out, this isn't a remake of Persona 3 Fez.
Right. This doesn't include the full story.
No. Basically. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, it's not going to stop me from wanting to play this, but it's kind of an interesting. I'm like, why are we doing that?
But, I was thinking the same thing. Then it came out also that all the voice actors are redone. Like, there's a new voice cast. They've redone some of the dialogue to make it a little bit less
gross.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Nowhere in the trailer did I see them shooting themselves in the head. I assume that's going to be there. Because this is the game... I originally saw it with ads that they have spirit guns, and to summon the personas, they stick the gun to their head and pull the trigger.
Jesus.
Like, it's dark. Like, I assume that... I don't know if they're going to take that away, but it is totally a thing in this game. That's what this game is. Yeah, but it looks pretty.
It looks.
I'm here to try it because 3 is the one I haven't played ever.
I thought you had played 3.
No, I played 4. I never went back to 3 because 3 is really the oldest of all of them. I know it's kind of rough in a lot of ways, and I was like, it's fine. maybe one time. I mean, it's on the Switch now. I thought about I'd pick a bundle of 3 and 4 at some point and probably give it a shot.
I got that one was on sale. Yeah,
but I'm like, oh, I'll just wait now until early 2024, and I'll just do this instead.
Yeah. Good idea.
And we know it's coming to everything. That's also leaked. A retailer, Spanish or no, it's Spanish.
It's always the Spaniards.
It may not be Spanish. It was in Spanish, but that could be in a lot of different parts of the world.
Mm-hmm,
but some Spanish retailer that serves Spanish-speaking country, don't know where, put up SKUs, and it's on every platform.
So, even Switch?
Even Switch.
Nice.
So, that is actually a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of the non-straight Microsoft stuff. I mean, all of that's probably still on PC as well.
Yeah.
But any of the third-party stuff is on everything.
Yeah.
Like, the Star Wars game is that's on every platform.
Yeah.
33 Immortals probably is as well.
It's weird how the marketing deals, though. Like, I seriously thought Street Fighter 6 was only on PS5. And I was like, oh, shit, it's also on Xbox? Weird.
Oh, yeah. It's all just, like, co-marketing crap.
Yeah, co-marketing, but it fucking worked on me, I guess.
Yeah. Avowed got showed. It's to tide you over until Elder Scrolls 6, basically, is what my feeling was.
Exactly. It's like it's Skyrim in a different world.
Yeah. Combat looks unfortunately, as janky as Skyrim.
Oh, my God. It really... I didn't think it showed well at all.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah. I should be interested in this, and I'm really not.
Yeah. We'll see what they do. I mean, it's not supposed to come out sometime next year. Yeah. And even then, I expect it's late next year. So maybe we'll see something else that kind of changes the mood.
Like the story, the RPG-ness of it would help me at least.
Yeah. We got Sea of Thieves, Monkey Island.
That's pretty cool collaboration.
Yeah, I haven't ever replayed Monkey Island, so
yeah,
doesn't do it for me. But people I was watching when this was happening were like freaking out about this. Like, holy shit, they were like all in on Monkey Island. They're like, guess I got to play Sea of Thieves now. Which I guess it's working. Yep. And yeah, I mean, I own it. My son owns it. I bet we'll play some of it.
They continue to make that game better. I remember playing with you and Carl and having a blast.
Yeah, it is a really dumb, stupid game. You actually should get you. You can play with me and my son sometimes.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I'd love to.
Just do small little things.
Yep.
But that's what it's really good when you're playing with other people. It's really lame if you don't have other people to play with. Exactly. It's a really dumb game. If you're just soloing it.
I would just feel sad. I'm
Monkey Island with
friends. I have no friends.
Yeah. It comes out next month. Into next month,
very soon. Basically. Summer,
Yep. Which is cool. Flight Sim is getting an actual like gamification of Flight Sim.
Yeah, this is like they clarified later. This is not an update. This is a new game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like it's Flight Sim 2024 is the name, and it's like just any job you can think of that uses a fucking flying apparatus, like you get to do search and rescue.
If I was actually gonna play this, I'd kill so many people.
I know. I'd fucking land the helicopter on their heads. Like, sorry guys.
Sorry. And they're doing a Dune tie-in as well.
Yeah, that looked
they showed
cool.
at the end, which they did they've done a couple of those. They did a Top Gun tie-in.
Yep.
Currently with Flight Sim, so I guess that's going to continue.
I didn't know it was a Dune thing. I was like, do we have vehicles that are like that? What the fuck is this? Like, oh no, okay, got it. It's Dune.
It is Dune. And then we get to one of my favorite trailers.
Oh my god, the best.
The sound was amazing.
It was just like the first one, fucking bizarre, crazy, eerie.
Oh
creepy.
yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I can play this game, but my god, this trailer I was like hooked through the entire thing just because of just how just the way the audio was playing and different like left and right and it was really done spatially well. The facial capture is incredible. Which I already knew. They showed that off. That's all Unreal 5 using MetaHuman. Just crazy amounts of detail in the facial capture. And it's real-time facial capture is the thing with Unreal 5.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't even have to wait. They can actually just watch the actress just perform it and just see it immediately looking like in-game. It's ridiculous. Crazy. Yeah. I don't know if this is a game I can actually play. Hellblade, I couldn't really play either. It's a lot. They're real
Yeah,
heavy games.
I played like an hour and a half of the first one. I was like, nope, not really in the mood for this.
Yeah. But then we get to the fun trailer. They have
This was
that,
my
and then
favorite
they
trailer.
cut to
Fucking what's his name? I can't remember his name. But the main character from
Ichiban.
Ichiban, that's it.
Yeah.
From Like a Dragon 7. It just fucking lands in Hawaii, basically.
Yeah, I think it's Hawaii. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they confirmed later it's Hawaii, and it's taking place in Hawaii.
Oh my god! And holy crap!
And he's just walking around, just like different. He's naked, and there's different things like covering his penis, and it was just
and he doesn't know he's naked.
Yep. Oh my god, so Austin Powersy. It was really fucking funny. So it makes me think.
Yeah.
Go play like Dragon 7.
I think so. I mean, I've heard great things about it.
Oh yeah,
and that its humor is really fun. I mean, one of the summons in the game is a lobster.
Yeah.
So super bizarre games that I think they've just now really just going for it.
Yeah, I mean, it was so popular. Keep going, man.
Yeah.
It's good.
Holy crap! Yeah, this trailer was really funny though. We got a Fallout 76 because of course, why not?
Yeah, keep supporting it. I mean, it's kind of like the story of a lot of these different games that launched terribly and then they just keep making them better.
Know what they didn't mention here at all?
No. What?
Redfall.
Say it again.
Redfall. There's
no
Redfall
right.
anywhere.
Yep.
And there was like one thing at the at the end, where they mention like, Microsoft Games Studio, we support our devs and we hear them, we help them make great games. And I'm like, yeah, that didn't help work with Redfall, did it?
Nope. They're like, we Xbox we do, but Bethesda, they kind of suck.
Yeah.
Oh man. You're right. Nothing for Redfall.
Nope.
That's out to die.
I think that it totally is. I think they wanted to just push that thing out and never talk about it again.
Yeah, there's content for Game Pass.
Oh. Path of the Goddess was the next one.
Weird ass game.
Yeah, it's like Capcom. I was like, is this for a lot of them? Like, is this new? Is it what the hell is Capcom? It's new. It's a new IP. I have no clue. It's full Japanese mythology.
Yep.
Insanity. Looks like an action game of some sort.
They later confirmed it was an action strategy game.
What?
Which I don't know what the fuck that is.
Nope. I will continue to watch it. It will be on day one on Game Pass when that comes out, but I don't think it has a date. So.
No, I don't think it did either.
Yeah. So. Oh, this is the thing that was smart. They didn't do the whole thing. These games are coming out in the next 12 months this time.
Mm-hmm.
Because what else we didn't see? No Silk Song.
No.
Anywhere to be seen.
Mm-mm.
That game's not coming out. I'm sorry.
Not this year. So I've got two things on my fucking critic that actually, you know what? I can drop Silk Song because I drafted it. Unless you lock it in. I don't think it's coming out this year at all.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. But I would expect if it was, we'd hear it here at some point, but we haven't. So they will take all the time they need, I guess.
Such a crowded year. Like, why not wait?
Yeah.
Come on next year. Fuck over my fantasy critic. Who cares?
But I mean, you're not fucked over by the next one. It's coming out. Forza Motorsport. Got a date.
Yes, finally got a date
actually
for this
happening.
Year. Yes.
I'm waiting for all the people to compare, like, which one's better, GT7 or Forza, going into this. I will say I didn't think it looked as that great, like, visually. Like, something seemed wrong on the cars, like the lighting and everything.
Oh,
like,
interesting. I didn't catch that.
I don't know, it just didn't look... They looked a little plasticky to me in a lot of ways. Which I guess cars have a lot of plastic now. But, I don't know, there was something I was just like... I'm curious. Obviously, it's a lot of cars doing car things.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I kind of like blanked, zoned out. I was like, okay, cars going around in circles, great. Next, cool. I know I drafted it, but I don't really want to fucking play it.
Yeah. Next is Elder Scrolls Online stuff. That's another game they're continuing to support. I guess it has a player base big enough to...
Oh, God. Bill, if you're listening, we know it has a player base.
Okay.
Bill is way into ESO.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I'm glad that there's, like, it has a player base, a consistent player base, and they're making new content for it. So, that's cool.
Yeah, no, people love it. So, I just,
and the weirdest trailer at the show up here, Overwatch 2.
Ugh, yeah.
It was just weird. It was just super weird. I'm like, why is this even here?
You know what's so weird about it too is the way that it launched the trailer. I was like, are they teasing single player content that they said they cut? What the fuck is this? No, that's not what they're doing. So, but Xbox Ultimate members get like a 5-character pack, I guess.
Something.
Get to unlock characters for free, I guess. I haven't played Overwatch 2, and probably won't.
I didn't really play much Overwatch, so it's not.
Oh man, I played
really
so much
my
of that.
thing.
2016, 2017, I played a lot of Overwatch.
You're like, no, that was the game. I knew a lot of people that played a lot of Overwatch.
Yep.
We'll take it on a thing of what not to do with your franchise.
Oh my god, what a fucking mess.
Which the key part was probably don't announce a sequel to it in the way that they did. No. And then not deliver on any of it. Or, well, actually, announce all the stuff that you want to do, but not actually check if it's feasibly possible to do. That would be the important part.
Announce all the shit so that we can get a sequel out, and then we'll get a sequel out, make people pay for things in a new way, and then say, oh, the reason why we needed a sequel, we're not really going to do that.
Yeah, we can't do that, actually.
Fuck.
And the dude that promised that is pieced out years ago, so he doesn't have to deal with the issues. Cool, thanks, dude.
Star Citizen level scam.
Yeah. What's not a scam is, hell yeah, more Persona 5. I get to live with these characters more.
So the thing that I'm looking at says Persona Mastery, but it was Persona Tactica.
Yeah, Persona 5. No, it's Persona 5 Tactica.
Yeah, okay. What the fuck is this then?
I don't know.
Persona 5 Tactics sounds rad. Chibi fucking Persona 5 characters.
Uh-huh. And they're always in universe. You played the dancing games?
Yeah.
You got? And they're canonically connected to the stories. Like, they matter, and they actually, canonically connect all this crap. So I'm like, guess I'm here for Persona 5 Tactics, even if I wasn't excited for this.
Yeah, I got to know the story.
Yeah, and I'm just excited for, honestly, even the chibiness of, I just want to be with these characters more. Yeah, I love the characters from 5 so much.
It looks good. I don't know if it's on the same level as Mario and Rabbids in terms of this fun tactics thing. That's all for it. That sounds great.
Yeah, real excited.
There was a trailer for Starfield, but we'll talk about Starfield at the end, I think.
Yeah.
The next one I thought looked fucking rad. Jasant, which is by Don't Nod, and it's just a fucking climbing game. You're just going vertical, traversing a world where you're going vertical in lots of different kinds of ways. And I was thinking, well, that's really neat. You're used to going horizontal, and this is just nope, you're going up.
You're going up.
I thought it looked good, man.
I do too. I'm looking forward to it. And
I think it's next year, 2024.
I guess we'll find out. No, it's supposedly this autumn.
Oh shit, fall 2023.
Yeah.
I might just head over to Fantasy Critic real fast.
We'll see. But no specific date. This is one I feel like could actually slip.
It could push. Okay, don't do it, Larry. Don't do it.
I mean, you could, and you could be.
I
happy
could, but
then
I'll be fucking stuck with it. Still Wakes the Deep. The Chinese Room. God, what did they do? Didn't they do something about the Rapture? Is that them?
I don't know.
What the fuck was that game? Walk Away from the Rapture? Nope. Everyone went to the Rapture. All gone to the Rapture.
Oh, is that? I know what game you're talking about.
Is that them?
Everybody's gone to the Rapture. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, maybe it's not them. They've done Dear Esther. Fuck, I was right.
No, you were. They did it. They did that, and they did Amnesia: Machine for Pigs. Holy crap! Wow,
Jesus.
They have
survival horror video game.
Yeah, they've done some survival horror. Holy cow. Probably not one that I'll play, but cool.
Interesting. Yeah.
Creepy.
Okay.
Creep first.
Got it.
Yep. Then there was this. The next one was the
Dungeons of Hinterberg.
Yeah. Sword fighting, skating it. Actually, it was it's like a cel-shaded Zelda in some ways. It had a very Zelda vibe to it, and opening chests and.
I'm a fan of cel-shaded Zeldas.
It kind of feels like that. I think it's more potentially roguelite in some ways. I'm not sure. Modern day adventuring down through dungeons kind of stuff. I'm curious.
I like its look. Its color palette is pretty cool.
Yeah. It definitely has a good look to it. I I'm curious. I'm enough intrigued. It's not out till next year, so I assume we'll see some more trailers and stuff coming later. I bet this will be on a lot of platforms as well. This isn't. It's an indie game. I expect that it will be PC, Xbox, and if not PS, PlayStation, and Switch immediately will eventually be there.
Right.
Like everything. Then we got to Cyberpunk. Right.
I thought that was such a cool little thing with Keanu.
Keanu, yeah.
I mean, he came out. Sorry, go ahead.
He's still there. He's still very much willing to be the face of this game. So
yeah,
he didn't have to do this.
Right, exactly. He's doing other shit. He's doing John Wick 25 or whatever.
Yeah.
He's on. The stuff that came out afterwards about this is basically like this is going to be. Someone had mentioned it being basically Cyberpunk 2.0, where like the DLC updates so many underlying systems of the game that brings it up to where it probably should have launched.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like that stuff is even required. That stuff's going to happen no matter what.
Yeah, whether or not you buy the story.
Gosh, yep. Doesn't matter if you're buying the story. It's like, no, when this launches, you're getting version 2.0.
Does it make you want to play the game again?
Yes. I read all the stuff they're changing. I'm like, 100%, I'm in again.
Yeah.
I also have a much better computer and graphics card, so I'll be able to play it at like very nice ray traced. Like nice, I can make this game look real pretty on my PC. And so why not play through it again? Looking real pretty. And all these new systems. Said in our Discord, I think we're seeing how much more time was needed on this game.
Exactly.
Maybe shave off 6 months if they weren't trying to add more story content.
Mm-hmm.
But like system-wide changes, I'm like, yeah, it's probably another 1.5 to 2 years of work to get this game to where it was, and not trying to fit it onto last-gen consoles.
Yeah, that was like the fucking death knell.
Yeah.
It makes me think of Starfield, which we'll talk about, but also Tears of the Kingdom, where like games, I assume for Starfield, maybe not, but like games basically done. They spent a year to polish, and like just the amount of stuff you're able to like, I don't know, make work like with just a year of polish. Like Tears of the Kingdom, I mean, every thing that I wander into is like a whole new layer or tier of the game that is superb, and it's like a whole game within a game within a game within a game. Like I cannot stop marveling at Tears of the Kingdom, and that year must have done wonders for him.
Oh, I'm sure they got the time that a lot of devs don't get. I'll be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Because most people don't have that kind of financial backing to just do that.
Yep.
CD Projekt should have. I don't know what the pressures were for them, but it's not like they were losing money on Witcher or anything. That was still doing pretty damn well for them. So, but I don't know what the burn rate of their studio was.
It seemed like hubris. Like our magic will pull together.
Yeah, and it might have given enough time, but it just definitely wasn't given enough time.
Right.
And hamstringing themselves on we must make this run on PS4. And Xbox One? Xbox, what the hell was the one before?
Xbox One S?
It was the PS4 equivalent.
Yeah, Xbox One. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, I hate Xbox naming. So much.
It's really stupid. Because then there was the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S, and now there's the Xbox Series X.
Series, because we're on the Series now. That's right. The current gen is the Series. Whatever, Microsoft. So, yeah, I think there was a lot of reasons why they kind of shot themselves in the foot there. But this looks cool. I'm ready for it, and then it's coming out September 26th, 2 days after Armored Core.
Oh, Jesus.
So I got to make choices again. There's going to be a lot of choices at the end of August through September.
Well, it's the same month as Starfield, too. Like, people are not going to be done with Starfield then. It's just like this month, right? Like Tears of the Kingdom, Street Fighter, fucking Diablo 4, and then Final Fantasy 16. Jesus.
Yes. Yeah. 4 enormously huge games.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm pretty sure all of them are reviewing, like you said, right around 90s. Like these aren't like, one of them is a flop and not great. It's like, no, these are like 4 enormous AAA games that you usually don't get that often. Like,
it's also, you're right. And it also feels weird because all 4 of them for their specific series seem like not upgrades is the wrong word, but like
just
leveling up.
High points. They're definitely high
Yes.
points.
Yeah. Leveling up the
Yeah.
fucking franchise.
It's quite a year in that way.
Yeah.
So we went from Cyberpunk. We went to City Skylines 2, which I have
awesome
wish was on Steam. I will totally get this game, and I will waste all time in the world building cities.
It looks really fucking good, and I read afterwards that basically the team hired a bunch of people who modded City Skylines.
Yep.
And had them work on City Skylines too.
Yeah.
It's fucking genius. Put the mods into the game from the beginning.
Yep. It's not a bad way to go.
Yeah, real smart. Metaphor ReFantazio is like people who worked on Persona 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, this is why we're not getting Persona 6 right now.
Well, I didn't understand. Did they leave the studio and spin up a new?
This is Atlas.
Atlas is publishing. I just didn't know if they were also developing it.
No, they haven't. The people that have done haven't left. So
okay. So this is yeah, that makes sense then. It sort of looks like Persona.
Yeah. At least I'm pretty sure this is still a team within Atlas that's doing it.
Okay. For some reason I thought it was people who left and then they were partnering with Atlas.
But either way, actually I think this is it because the rumors is now that Persona 6 isn't until like 2026.
Wow. They're writing Persona 5 into the dirt.
They really are. And really they're just trying to do, like, they're doing the Persona 3 reload. They're like definitely taking their time on it, which is fine. I think, especially, and also if the team wanted to shift and do something like this, the Metaphor, like, that's cool. Like, they want to, if they can pitch it, don't want to be stuck doing the same game series always. Right. That's really cool. Like, they can at least, really anything, this reminds me of Shin Megami Tensei more than Persona. Okay. But we'll see. It's very, very fantasy inspired in that regard. But yeah, I was here for it. I'm here for their flavor of RPG now. So let's do this.
Towerborn was next, which is the Banner Saga folks.
Oh right.
Looked all right.
This is cool. I know someone from PopCap who works on this game.
Oh, nice. It looked all right.
And they got to announce it today, so that's cool.
Very cool. I bet they were excited.
I think they are. They've been working for a long time on it, so...
Did they work on Banner Saga too?
I don't think so.
They came afterwards? Okay.
Yeah. I'd have to check dates, but I'm pretty sure Banner Saga... Either they worked on it toward the end of its development, or it had shipped by the time they went there. I'd have to check.
There were 3, I thought. Banner Saga 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, they've definitely worked on 3.
Okay.
So
that's cool. It looked good.
Yeah.
The next one looked like BioShock Infinite.
I know. I was like, is this BioShock Infinite 2? Just being done by inXile? No, it's inXile doing a... and they came out with an interview later. It's very much an RPG.
Oh, yeah. Like, really crunchy. They're like, this is a crunchy, numbery RPG.
RPG, yeah. But the guys working on it, the main people, the creators of Arcanum, which is an older CRPG, from, man, that must be like 2002-ish? You can get it on Steam. It's still Steamwork, Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura, 2001.
Jesus, I remember this. Well, I don't know why I remember this, but I do.
Yeah, it was done by Troika, which was one of the splinter groups of this, and they did Masquerade Bloodlines.
Oh, right.
But they came from the whole Interplay Fallout teams.
I heard the story is really good on this game.
Yeah, I didn't really love the RPG mechanics of it, but yes, the story was pretty good. Yeah, they worked on the Fallout series at Interplay, where and that's how like they're involved with people that did Left for inXile and did that whole thing. So, but yeah, it was cool. But yes, I looked at, I was like, this is very much inspired by BioShock Infinite. Sorry, like
everything about it was like BioShock Infinite. Which is fine. I love that game, so that's fine.
Yeah. And then we get a Xbox Series S with 1 terabyte and I would still go back to saying, do not buy an Xbox Series S.
Yeah, no, they should just never have had that.
Do not buy that.
It is choking development on some games.
It is.
You know, like fucking Baldur's Gate 3 is like, we can't release on Xbox Series X in August because we can't do split screen co-op on the S.
Yeah.
They should have done what PlayStation did and just did a discless version of their top one.
Yeah, something. This split, it's really rough. And I think it's really rough for people playing the games as well because they just don't get a good game experience. I'll be honest.
Yep. It was $349, which and then we got the Starfield thing, which I don't. This is maybe hyperbole. I don't think I've ever seen a game reveal, deep dive, whatever presentation that was better than this one. It was amazing. Is that a cat? Is someone dying?
That is a cat in the background going insane
about Starfield. Yeah,
exactly. I think they're just, I don't know. It's either the cats are fighting with each other, or the cat that's screaming saw their reflection in a weird way and is very mad at the reflection.
Why is there a third cat?
Yeah. But yes, so Starfield.
I thought that everything was amazing. Like the way it was presented was amazing.
The presentation was incredible.
Yes.
And I have to keep my hype levels down. I've said it in the Discord of being like, okay, this all looks good and this looks great. But I've been burnt before on this stuff, and especially games trying to be this big.
Yeah.
And I mean this more in I talked about No Man's Sky. I want to know how deep these systems go. Like they show being able to board enemy ships and take them over. Okay, let's say I've done a dozen boarding actions against enemy ships. Are they different each time?
Yeah.
Or does the game quickly fall into very samey designed content because that's just what it has to be for something at scale?
That's how I feel about the 1,000 Planets. Like, are they all this? They look different, but you do the same things, like abandoned mines.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm worried about, and that's that's the only thing that it's using to keep hype in check is being like, how much can they actually do?
Yep.
I mean, they've been working for a long time, so maybe they just have a crap ton of content so that it feels really expansive, tons of new things to find, lots of variation in the activities. I mean, that's the key thing. As long as variety in the core activities that you're doing, it's great. But No Man's Sky had no variation, was the thing.
Yes, exactly.
Like, you quickly were like, no, it's all the same. Like, it visually looks different, but you're doing the same thing all the time.
And it's not a fair comparison because they're doing very different things. But again, Tears of the Kingdom, like there are so many different things to do that are different. Like the depths, the surface, the sky, the things you do in those places. Like it is all very different stuff. And if it's all the same, like 1,000 planets there are, and there's only worthwhile things to do on 10 of them, like it doesn't matter if there are 1,000 planets.
Yeah. So that's the only thing keeping myself. I'm like, keep myself in check here. Like, it looks good. It looks fairly polished. It's a Bethesda game, so it's probably going to be buggy in some ways. That's okay. I expect it. Some Bethesda weirdness. But if I'm going to spend 50 hours in this game, how different does hour 41 feel between hour, 3?
Right. Or you just do it mining the same resources to do whatever.
Yes. And that's what I need to know. And I mean, there's no way to know that right now. They haven't let people play it long enough.
Yep.
There's an IGN interview with Todd Howard, and the interviewer got to play it for 1 hour.
Yeah,
and it was cool for 1 hour. Like that was clear. Like it was a lot of fun for 1 hour, and I'm like, cool. I want to know what it's like for longer.
It's gonna be like wait till reviews basically, because even the previews won't have enough to know.
Yeah, that's all I want to know is there variety to the activities. And it can be the same type of activity. It's just generally in game design, a way of looking at it is every 3 to 4 times you do an activity, it should then change slightly. Just to add a level of interest to it, to keep it going. It doesn't have to be a different activity. It just needs a little variation. Zelda does it amazingly.
I was gonna say, I hate to bring it back to Tears of the Kingdom.
No, it does.
Unlocking the Sky Towers each time is fucking different.
Yeah, every time. And they have, it's not hugely different, just slightly different.
Yep.
Different tweak to a formula, an activity that a rote activity you always do. Make it novel again in a way. You don't have to add a lot. It just needs to be a little. And I need to know that they're doing that in this game.
Right.
I want to know when I go to steal my 20th ship from pirates that boarding experience is going to be slightly different. Not that I'm going to go in and be like, oh, I know there's going to be an enemy here, 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 and here. Kill, 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 kill. Done.
Yep.
Like, if it hits that point, then it's just going to be, then I'm like, well, it doesn't work.
The way that it showed today, like I've been thinking, other people have been saying it obviously, but like this needs to be like game of a generation for Xbox to like start turning things around. And I feel like they've got the dominoes finally set up with like everything they showed this whole presentation is like Game Pass is worth it for 2024. There's a bunch of good shit coming. But if this has the potential to be like the only thing I can see on the horizon to rival Zelda for Game of the Year, if they can if we can cash all the checks they're writing in this presentation. But if they can, man, this is going to be unbelievable.
Oh yeah, it's going to be one of the greatest games ever made.
I'll
be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely. And I don't like sci-fi that much. I'm like, this is going to be one of the best games ever if they can actually do what they're saying they're going to do. I doubt it. I've heard it too many times, and obviously we saw it with No Man's Sky.
Yeah, and it came up in our Discord. Star Citizen, giant fucking scam at this point, but they were trying to do similar levels of detail. They still are, but it's not that easy.
Right. Even for that team, they've been working on it since. When did they reveal that? 2016?
Yeah, this is the first for the main studio. This is the first game that they've released in 8 years.
Is that okay? Because that's not counting 76, which is
no, because that wasn't the main studio. Austin was the one that
got it.
Worked mainly on that with supervision by them. Like they were working on this. Yeah. When was Starfield announced? I remember when it was announced, and it was just the logo.
It was just the logo, yeah.
Because that was also when they said, like, yeah, also Elder Scrolls 6.
Yep.
Which is cool. And I'm sure Elder Scrolls 6 will eventually happen, but it's going to be a long time. They announced this in 2018.
18.
So they announced it 5 years ago. They were probably working on it minimum a year to 2 years, or probably 2 years. They had a small kind of pre-production team on it, probably 2016. Long time working on this one.
I have not been that excited about Starfield. Like, I know it's gonna be a big game or whatever, but this is the first time where I watched the presentation twice. I was like, this is really this is masterful how they've presented this, and it's all marketing, it's all hype. But boy, if it's real, holy shit.
Yeah, and I think some of it definitely will be. And I could actually see, even if it is, let's say, for me, if it's super repetitive, it's really not for me. That shallowness, I'm just like, okay, whatever. But for some people, this is going to be the last game they ever play. I'll be honest.
Yeah, right, yeah. They'll be playing this. People are still playing fucking Skyrim.
I know, and this one I'm just like, okay, yeah, this is it. You don't have to buy another game ever. I'm
going to spend 600 hours, developing my fucking starship.
Yep. And then my base, and do my base building. There are so many components of this that I'm just like, oh boy. I guess the other thing that keep my hype in check is the fact that, like they said, the planets are procedurally generated. Cool.
Yeah.
With hand-placed stamps down, basically. Design content that fits in. So I don't know if you can explore, full planets, or if, there's areas that basically it procedurally generates, and then a more constructed area is it fits here and puts it there, and that's what you can kind of stay in.
How does that work? So
I don't know.
Okay, because AI generated part of it, and then they put in a handcrafted piece. In this node where there would be an event, we'll put this handcrafted event here.
Yes, something kind like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's not. I wouldn't use AI. It's not AI. It's math generating this. Astroneer is procedurally generated.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, No Man's Sky is all the planets are procedurally. They actually do exactly what Starfield says it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is I just don't think it works great in No Man's Sky. They procedurally build the planet based on effectively a seed value, based on the location of the planet and the whole thing. It's this math gets thrown at it, and it just makes the height maps and everything.
Right.
But then they go back through and place down outposts and like ruins and stuff on the planet where they can fit. And sometimes they don't fit great. They like do weird cuts into the terrain and so Starfield, when they talked about it, are doing exactly what No Man's Sky did from like a conceptual level. I want to see how Bethesda has what their mathing is like to make it work better.
Yeah.
But that's what they're saying that they're doing.
If it's a proof of concept, No Man's Sky, then you're layering on like a bunch of the story onto it. Like it'd be good. I love like so much of like the character creator, the traits. Did you dig in? Did you read the kid stuff trait?
No.
I love this, and I think I'm probably gonna do this because it fixes one of the things that bother me about some of these lonely RPGs. And this one doesn't feel lonely, but your trait is that your parents are still alive and well, and you can visit them at their home. So you can go see your parents, but 10% of all the money you earn in the game gets deducted automatically and sent to them.
Oh, okay.
So you lose 10% of your money, but you can go home and see parents.
But you get parents.
Yes, it's fucking weird and cool, and boy, I am really excited about this, and I'm so surprised because I didn't care until today.
I will likely play it, and I'm hoping it's. I mean, let's see if it was something to me as good as Skyrim, I would still put 100 hours into it.
Yeah,
and I've never beat Skyrim ever. I've just done random crap in Skyrim for 100 hours. And that was a fun time. And so if it's as good as that, sure, let's do it. From what they showed, I have high hopes that it's better, though. That this is their masterpiece that they've been working towards. But
oh my god, I'm gonna send this link to you. Just look through some, unless you care about spoilers about
no, I don't care.
Traits. Some of these traits are fucking exactly what I look for in a game. Where it's like, here's a good thing, but also it comes with a bad thing. Oh, man. Starter home. You can own a small house on a peaceful little moon, but it comes with a $50,000 credit mortgage with Galbank.
Nice. I mean,
that.
Sure. I'll take a mortgage.
Oh, wow. This is fucking crazy. Extrovert. You're a people person. Exerting yourself uses less oxygen when you're adventuring with human companions, but more when you're alone.
Oh.
Genius, man. This is fucking cool. Like this might be like really granular fucking RPG stuff.
Oh, it is. I mean, I assume it's going to be as granular as Fallouts and Skyrims in that way. It's just going to have its own style of granular stuff. The cool traits are fun. But
So there's a lot of stuff. I know it's late. I know you're tired. I have like another hour and a half of talking about Zelda, but I will save that. I'm deep into Zelda. I'm like 70 hours into this game now. And it's fantastic from top to bottom, but I will talk about that next week.
Yeah, we should do it next week.
Yes.
And I can talk about D4 as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're going to make me want to buy it when you talk about it.
I probably am. I held out for a bit until everyone was like, please play it with us. It's really good. And I played it.
Have you played it yet? You played it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I got it mid. When did it launch? Whatever day it launched on.
Oh, okay. And so far, you're liking it?
Oh, my God.
Okay.
It is. It's a really good Diablo game. It's probably the best action RPG out there right now.
Dang, pretty cool.
Yeah. Story. I finished the campaign.
Already?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of just pushed my way through it. It's not that.
It was like 10 hours?
Yeah, roughly. However long, the D3 campaign doesn't take that long to get through once you just focus it. The only thing with that is, one, it's really fucking dark at times.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like sometimes it's like, okay, I see that you're responding to the feedback that D3 was like too tongue-in-cheek at times. But I think you swung the pendulum too far the other way sometimes, because this gets really dark sometimes. Like stuff where I'm like, oh god, I don't really want to watch this. Okay, this is really getting to horror shit. To a point where it's just not all the time, but there's just a couple points where you're like, whew. I mean, you see it in the opening trailer that they showed years ago. People on the pillars with the like blood coming out of their guts to form the portal for Lilith to come through. The original launch, like pre-release trailer thing. You're just like, yeah, right. This is where we are now. But yeah, I beat the campaign and I'm in the in-game stuff.
Nice.
And it's really neat. I can talk about it more next week, but it's
yeah,
cool.
let's maybe next week we'll be doing
Just a game catch up.
Yeah, basically. I love the Capcom and Ubisoft are tomorrow, so we might talk about that a little bit.
We can talk about that.
Let's talk about Zelda and D4 next week.
Sure, sounds good.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening. This is Prof and Dev Play Games, episode 388. If you like us, please rate us on your podcast service of choice, and we will see you next week.
Later, everyone.